Hello, my name is Mike. Welcome to my personal channel. Today's video, I'm going to tell you my goals and plan to retire at the age of 28. We live in a fast-paced society, and the rule of thumb is you work for most of your life, and then at the age of 60, 70 years old, you get to stop working and then relax and retire, and hopefully you have some check from the government or from investment coming in. And so for me, I'm not gonna submit to that idea. Instead of retiring at 60, 65 years old, I'm gonna do it within 20 and 30 years old. Well, I'm 31 now, and I did not retire at 28. But this is what I set up for myself. In my 20s, the plan was to make as much money as I could, which I did. I would invest some of that money, even though I really didn't understand what investments were, at least long-term investment. I consider myself being in the tech industry as a digital marketer, so my plan was always to reinvest whatever I made in that. But guess what? If you're in the tech industry, you understand that things change at the speed of light. Something that's trending and cool today, literally in the next 3 hours could be completely gone. That's how fast moving tech industry is. So that plan didn't work out. Now, I've made all this money and I really didn't know where to put it. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I lost a bunch of money in investing or reinvesting my money in tech and startups. Now, I'm 31 years old. My brain is shifted from this idea of retirement. Again, society makes us think of retirement as the thing to do. And I can understand that because we do live in a fast-paced culture. We work our butts off. We hope for one day being able to retire. But guess what? Even the life expectancy for most people, retirement really doesn't cover what you think it's going to cover. When I think about it now, I realize I don't want to retire. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Based on what we've been fed, that retirement is the thing to do, I tend to disagree because I look at my own personal lifestyle and I think to myself, do I really want to retire? Work for some people is not the same for me. If you go to school, get a job, work 9 to 5, whatever the case may be, you may love your job, you may hate it, you like to go on vacations. Well, I'm the opposite of that, where I actually enjoy the work that I do. Vacation is miserable for me, and please don't tell my wife I said that, but I'm just starting to learn how to take vacations because I actually enjoy working. So when I think to myself now at this age, would I have retired at 28? Obviously I didn't. Would I retire in another 10 years? Probably not. I truly see myself doing what I'm doing now or something different in another 20, 30 years. This idea of retirement is just far gone from my mind. And it's not because I want to work myself to death. It's just because I actually enjoy the work that I do, and it's just part of life. I really wish that for most people, rather than looking forward to this miserable thing that you have to go do every day of your life. Think about it. A lot of people spend decades in a career and they do it because they have to. This is what helps them keep a roof over their heads, support their families, whatever the case may be. But why don't you invest yourself in something that you actually enjoy and look forward to doing? Or better yet, whatever it is that you're doing now, maybe change your attitude towards it, and it makes life so much more worthy every day you wake up in the morning. So that's how I see retirement. Now, I am saving up for retirement. Just because I said I don't want to retire doesn't mean that I'm not saving up for it. Ultimately, I can have my own plans. But guess what? Life happens. As you've seen in 2020, so many plans. You could probably relate to this. So many things that you thought would happen for you or that you plan to do, just boom. Coronavirus happened and everything kind of went sideways. So I am planning for things like that where I don't know what my health is going to be in 20, 30, 50 years. I don't know what life or what curveball life is going to throw at me. So I am planning for that. But in terms of working, if I have the ability to work and go do what I do and what I love doing, then I'm going to keep doing that even at 80 years old. So this is what I'm planning for. Right now, I have investments in real estate. I have some investment in the market, stocks and mutual bonds. I have IRA account and 401k too. Those are things that I just put money in and I just leave it alone. So these are all long-term investments. Real estate, it to me is the real sport. It's so fun to learn the game of real estate, also having some level of control. Now, real estate, for some people, you ask them and they think, well, it's capital intensive, meaning you need a lot of money to start. Guess what? Money is out there, which we'll talk about in a different video, because I think this is one of the crutches that a lot of people use as an excuse, is that, well, I don't have the money to make this investment. I don't have the money to get involved in this type of sport. But the truth of the matter is, there's an infinite amount of money out there. That's the truth. You just have to find a way to get it. If you find a good deal, chances are you can find the money to fund that deal. And so that's my approach towards real estate. And for me specifically, I like to do buy and hold, which is I buy a property and hold it long term. That way I can benefit from appreciation, but also from cash flow. For different people, there's so many ways you can make money in real estate. You can be a wholesaler, which is less capital intensive, meaning you really don't have to have your own money in the game. Just find a good deal and then resell it. You can do flips, which is to me what Hollywood and TV shows have sort of made popular, is flipping houses. I've tried to flip once and I realized it's not for me. Flip is very, very much time consuming. So if you decide to go this route, you need to trust the right people, because your contractor can make or break your money. That's just the truth. You can make money that way, which I also think is more fast-paced. So you buy a property, within 6 months you fix it up, you get out of that deal, you get a bunch of money. You can do flipping, you can do, forgot the exact name for it, but the process basically is you can own a property by just paying off the property tax on that property. So if somebody is delinquent on their taxes, Uncle Sam don't play. If somebody owes property taxes, you can go in and pay off those taxes and take hold of that property. That's also one way. You can buy into notes, so basically take over somebody's debt and then they owe you money. The last one, which is again the one that I'm involved in, is to buy rental properties. I love it because of the cash flow aspect of it, and also because of appreciation. If I bought a property today, in 5-10 years, I expect that property to appreciate in value. I can either get out of it or I can keep it and just keep the cash flow. So that's real estate. Again, with stocks, I have an IRA account where I just put a bunch of money every single month and I let that grow. Now, when you set up an IRA or 401k, you're not just putting money. You have to actually use the money to buy a bunch of index funds, stocks, whatever the case may be. I do that and I actually enjoy it. I enjoy and feeling like my money is growing or I'm using it for something. The reason why you actually want your money in the market or real estate rather than just sitting in the bank is because if you leave your money in the bank, you're actually losing. When you consider inflation rates at, on average, 3%, every dollar you put in a standard bank account, actually the value decreases to about 97 cents. So you're better off either putting your money in a high yield saving account or just put it in the market or real estate and you can get better returns for your money. That's why I actually don't keep a lot of cash reserves and savings. We do have savings just to cover emergency stuff, but anything else outside of that, that money is gone. It's working. So I have all of these things that I do put my money towards, but will I ever get to the point where I feel like retiring? I honestly don't think so. It could be different for you, but that's just my personal preference. And I think as a society, if we change our mindset away from that, where we have to just face the gauntlet and just work and work and work and be miserable until we retire, I think we'll be a more happy people if we actually look forward to doing something that we enjoy. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. Thank you for spending time with me, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.